So, I don't even know where to start, honestly. I My boss came down. I don't even know if I told y'all this or not. My boss came down from Tennessee and he offered to give my resume to somebody that worked at the Dave Ramsey building company, whatever. And so I was like, cool, that's good. I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen with that. So in the meantime, while I've been listening to Dave Ramsey podcast on I've been listening to it on iHeartRadio, but he was saying yesterday, we hiring for 200 people. Make sure y'all put your resume in and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and just apply. So at least when he give it to him, I already had my application in. I had my application in for one thing, but there was a lot of other stuff that I wanted to apply for. So I did all those applications yesterday. So then, I think it's been 3 weeks now. I had a vision. I consider it to be a vision. It was while I was asleep. It was a dream, but it was more intense than a dream. So I consider it to be a vision. Like I felt like I was out of my body in this scenario. So when that happened, it screwed me up. Like, not the thing that's gonna happen. I wish I could tell y'all what it was, but it's kind of crazy. I wish I could. Not the thing that happened, but God is telling me it's gonna happen. So I asked for a confirmation. I asked for the same dream again, but I feel like that's gonna happen closer to the time that the thing is supposed to happen, if that makes sense. But he gave me other signs since then that has confirmed in my mind that it's gonna happen. More than 4 different things. So I told my grandma, I told my grandma, I told my mama, and I'm like preparing for it. So the way this screwed me up was my money situation. So of course I was doing the Dave Ramsey stuff with him. Now I feel like, okay, should I keep, like, I'm getting income taxes. I just did my taxes. So I'm like, okay, should I use this money to pay down my debt? Because it's possible from what's going to happen that I won't have the debt anymore. Like, it'll be forgiven. So do I pay the debt? Do I just save it so that money can be used for RP? I was going to buy my plane ticket for my trip when I got my money. But I don't think I'm going on the trip anymore because of that. And I'm just discombobulated, basically. So, basically, I've been eating out the last 2 weeks. So, I haven't done a, what did I eat? Because I mean, like, my priorities. I feel like I don't know whether to stay with the priorities I had or to be preparing for this thing that's going to happen. Like, I'm kind of trying to do both, but then if it's like, I've received so many confirmations, it's like, okay, that's not gonna happen. So, but it's like giving me anxiety to, I don't even know. I don't know. I'm just confused about what I need to be doing. I don't know. Anyways, so then I went to the dentist because on this side, I had a little piece of tooth come out. It was like this little. And so I was like, oh, I need to go to the dentist. Da-da-da-da. So I went to the dentist. She was like, you don't need to wait. You need to come today. So I leave work early. I go to the dentist. So they tell me I have like 10 cavities. So, and then for that tooth that was broke off, it was like, well, we're going to have to clean it out or whatever, and it's going to be close to the nerve. So we're going to fill it in and see if you have any pain. And then if you do have pain, we'll do a root canal. My mama did all that recently. And from the time she got her root canal to the time she pulled her tooth, I think it was a week because she was in that much pain. So, my goal, I was just going to tell them to pull it. So, she gave me like the pricing for everything. It's basically $1,000 because I'm getting anesthesia. The insurance don't pay for anesthesia. That's $300. Because I can't do all that again. Like, I got affiliates like that before, like a lot of them like that. And I basically was traumatized. I just think my nerves gonna be too bad. I ain't gonna be able to handle it. So I'd rather just go to sleep and do them do everything at one time. So, with the thing for the vision, it's supposed to happen in the springtime. So, of course, I won't have money to pay to get my teeth fixed until my income tax comes in, which is supposed to be like the end of March, something like that. So, it's like, okay, if this thing is going to happen, then my teeth won't matter anymore. So, it's just like, okay, do I pay to get my teeth done? And that's a wasted $1,000 that ARPA could use, my parents could use. Like, yeah. I don't know. Any advice? I know you can't really give me advice because you don't know what's going on for real, but it's just so annoying. I'm trying to think of what else was on my list. Vision, job, and I think my teeth. That's it. So that's what's been going on. And then I'm like in this funk. Well, I felt like I was on a downward depression spiral. And I'm trying to stop that from happening. But I felt like that yesterday. So yesterday was Monday. Today is Tuesday. And then it's basically because at my job, I've been like really stressed out because in my job, I only have one person that can train me. The person that can train me is super, 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 super busy. So I only talk to him maybe once a week. So if he tells me how to do something, and normally he'll tell me how to do something, but it's like, let's say I have like 15 lists of things to do, and on 6 of those things, we have enough time for him to teach me 6 separate things that are on one of those 15 lists. So then I'm working on a list already that maybe I need help on, maybe I don't. But by the time I get to the actual list of the stuff that he helped me on, I might not remember what the heck he said. Like, I have it written down, but it's not like step by step because he goes like really, really fast. So I try to write down the important stuff. Like what screen I need to be on, or something I need to have in a certain field, or something like that. But it's hard to learn because first of all, it's computers. I'm not a computer person. Like, I can do like Word and stuff like that, but this is like deep inside the computer, like inventory. So he knows how the whole system works from beginning to end. So he can look at something and say, okay, this is what's wrong with it. We need to go to this page, fix this, and that'll fix this, and then go back to that to make it all go. But then if I do what he says to do, and then another error pops up after I fix all that and after he's taught me all that, then I'm stuck again. So then it's like, okay, I have all these lists that I'm stuck on because of a certain issue, but I have somebody saying, okay, what's the status of this list? I can't fix anything that's on the list until I talk to him again. So basically I'm behind and I'm stuck. So right before I came to lunch, I was literally about to like, I wanted to quit my job so bad just like a second ago. I was just so frustrated. But thank God. So I was working, and finally something clicked. I can't snap with my left hand. Something clicked and it started working. And so I was like, yes. So like now I'm like kind of okay. And then I've been working overtime because when I say never get overtime, we never get overtime. So I'm trying to work as much as possible. So a whole bunch of stuff happened last week. Like, okay, my what happened? Okay, Monday last week. So they told us we can do overtime every day. So Monday last week, our internet did not work at work. So we sat there till 11 o'clock, and they was just like, if you had a certain system that your computer uses, you can go home and work from home. So I was like, well, do you still want us to work the overtime that we were going to work when we were at work? And it was like, no, don't do that. And so I was like, okay, that's fine. That's just one day I'll be missing because I was just going to do an hour. And so then I go home, I start working, and it's like, I get off at 4. So it's like 3:50, and my boss messages me and is like, oh, you can do overtime now if you want. I'm like, no, ma'am. Like, I'm mentally prepared now to get off at 4. So that's a no. So then the next day was the day my tooth broke. So I left an hour early to go to the dentist. So I was going to work an hour late that day. So I used sick time for the hour I missed, and then I didn't work overtime that day. So then Wednesday, I think I worked 1 hour. Tuesday, I left at 4 because I was just exhausted. And then Friday, I was planning on working till 6 because we had a church thing at 6. But then I decided I could just work till 5 and then like run errands until 6. So that's what I did. So I basically did like 2 hours. But I got to put, Thursday was Arpa's dentist appointment. So I worked from 10 to 4. And that day I took her to the dentist, she got fluoride on her teeth. She didn't get it last time because her teeth were so good or whatever, clean and all that. She didn't get it last time, but they said since it's been a year since she had fluoride last time, they was going to put it on this time. So they put the fluoride on, we get in the car, start driving. Not even 2 miles down the road, she throws up. So I pull over, get out of the car, pull all her clothes off, we on the side of like a highway. I pull all her clothes off, put on all new clothes, stop and get gas, go home because I gotta go home and then come back, go to work. We get home, Arby has thrown up again. So I take her to my grandma's house, I change her clothes, and I like rock her for like 2 minutes, and I still have to eat and make it back to work by 10. I made it. I think I had 15 minutes left. 10, 15 minutes left. Something like that. So that's why I didn't stay late that day. And I already had worked Saturday, and we had already turned in our time sheets. And so we had to add the 5 hours that we worked that Saturday onto our schedule for last week. So I put all that on the day that Arby's dentist appointment. So I already had 9.5 hours on that day. So technically I only could have worked 30 minutes because you can't have more than 10 hours on the day. Because technically that's like we're open from like 7 to 6. That's like the latest you can stay and the earliest you can come. So the most you could get would be 10 hours a day. So that was last week. So this past Saturday, I worked 5 hours. So this week, I already have an hour for each day. And then I've already put on my timesheet that I'm going to work this coming up Saturday. I like working on Saturday because the lights are off, nobody in there yapping, and it's like so peaceful. So I don't mind doing that. But staying after I work my regular work, that's a different story. So I already got an hour for each day. Yesterday I stayed an hour late, so I have 10 hours for Monday. I'm leaving at 4 today, so I have 9 hours for today. And then I have to decide Tuesday through Friday if I want to stay an hour late or leave at 4. But right now, with how it is, I already have 11 hours of overtime, including the 5 hour Saturday. It's like if I leave at 4 o'clock the rest of the week, I already have 11 hours. And that's like an extra $150. So I'm thinking I'm just going to leave at 4 every day. Because last week I got 3.5 hours extra. This week I'm getting 11. yeah. So, and it's time and a half. So, yeah, I think that's enough. Like, I already figured out that I can't work up for 40 hours a week. It's almost time for me to go in. See, that's why I recorded this video now, because I'm like, this will keep the video from being too long because I have to go back for my lunch on time. All right, see y'all later. Bye.